Is there any tips that you can share with, especially non-technical founders, when they start thinking about building their platform, and the first thing they should look at before they go in heavy on development?
I think a few things which I've definitely come across speaking to many non-technical founders is that the assumption that if a tech has been already built, it's easy to replicate. Which is not the case, because sometimes there might be ready-made solutions, but still it takes time to implement in a proper way. And sometimes people go extra over-engineer as well, which is not required. So I would say that focus on MVP, right? Like what is the bare minimum you need? Get that up and running. Start slow, keeping your burn rate low, and focus on the product, right? What do you want to build? And the bare minimum features, if you focus on that will give you a very good start. Get a good technical guy who understands how startup works. It's very important to have a transparency that what your expectation is. So what you're trying to build, and in what timeline and what is achievable. And be open to their suggestion as well, that what is technically possible and what is not. So, focus on the next stage. What will get you to the next stage, which is a very important thing. So once you focus on that, then you will be able to set your realistic expectations as well.
Yeah. And I guess from your own personal journey, because obviously you're starting building your platform as a technical person. Of course, yes. You do work with other people as well. But did you feel like starting a startup as a technical person was much easier, or is it just easier on one area, but the challenge of even the validation of the product is still very real?
Being technically, I was able to build the product, but then yes, marketing, I struggled. So, most of the non-technical founders, they're good at marketing, at selling, and I struggled massively over that. It wasn't easy. So even being a technical person, yes, it did help me to lower my cost for sure, that I've not spent anything on my tech platform. It does helps to build up the product, but again, you can build an amazing product, but there's no use if you can't sell it. Right, you still need that to go out to be able to sell it out. Right?
Yeah, definitely, and as well as if your own strength can also become a weakness, because that's the area you end up spending more time in, forgetting the other part that is not particularly sexy and interesting. And I can definitely relate on the marketing aspect. Is honestly, it's I used to say that marketing and sales are the worst thing that people ever imagine. I'm a logical person. I come from a software engineering background. I can do leadership and management. All of that, people great. When it comes to marketing and sales, it's like black heart. What advice do you have for people who are in that stage, really worried about what they have and how much not even knowing, what to do for reworking the platform?
Yes. So I think that's very important for the tech platform to scale. It's very important to understand how your platform works, right? What's your resource consumption is, how many servers you have got, how the servers are being used as well, right? So it's very important for analytics, right? You need to have a proper tools, and these days there are a lot of free tools available you can use, implement, which gives you a lot of insights about your platform, what kind of traffic you're getting, how many requests you're getting. So that is where these analytics, these logs, analysis helps to understand what's happening in your code base, how your infrastructure is getting used. Non-technical founders mainly worried about features. I want to build more features, new features, right? And they don't understand, there is a technical debt which has to happen, right? Ultimately, you can build more features, but if your platform cannot handle it, it's not going to scale. So it's very important to keep an eye and listen to your tech guy when he says that, there are a few important bits. Even though you have to stop new feature development, do it.
Because most people think that, we are scaling, right? We are scaling, we've got more clients, and it's a lot of great things happening. We want more features, as you've mentioned, Varun. But again, you want the features, but another thing is the more technical debt you have, the slower you will going to start building. Based on your investor experience, is there any kind of, I would say, your top tech questions, or that look at the tech stack when you're evaluating a startup to invest in, the thing that you see a lot that might get you to walk away from an investment?
Tech in a startup is an evolving thing. There is what you see right now might not exist in the next 6 months, right? It might be a completely different thing, different platform, different technology itself. So instead of focusing on the technology, what I focus on in the thought process, what your vision is. Are you aware of the limitations as well about the platform? And the other thing which I found, most of the people these days, especially non-technical founders, some of the technical people as well, get stuck on terminologies, the buzzwords. So they hear a buzzword in the news and they say, I want to implement this thing, I want to do this thing, without understanding anything about what that does even mean, right? So that really, really puts me off. You don't fall for buzzwords. If there is no use case for particular technology in your startup, don't use it, right? Yeah. So there's a very simple, there's economic KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I always look at that and follow that. Literally keep it simple. If you keep your platform simple, it will be easy to modify, easy to scale later on. If you make it complex right now, any changes you will do, you will be inviting for more trouble, more time, more money you will be spending. As a startup, always negotiate. Always negotiate on pricing. You'll be surprised how much cost you can bring it down to.